You know, Michael Steele, what's amazing is that Mitch McConnell's sort of line isn't really a line that Mitch McConnell, I imagine, even believes. The idea that the criminal prosecution, the insurrectionists, you know, sort of one and done is ludicrous. I mean, after 9/11, figuring out why the FBI and the CIA hadn't shared information, I mean, that was the mission. That was part of what made sure that, one, we would never forget, and two, the attacks of 9/11 would never happen again. What is sort of the political cover if, as the Department of Homeland Security has warned, domestic violent extremism is an ongoing threat, and it is a sort of persistent and growing risk to the homeland? What is his political cover if there's another such attack?
There is no political cover, and the mission is the same now as it was after 9/11, to find out truth, to expose all the elements and all the personnel that were involved and that led up to that horrific event then and this horrific event this past January. And so for McConnell, to the points just made, it's all a political calculation. It's looking at the membership and sort of figuring, okay, how much cover can I give them to navigate this space? And he's right. He is absolutely right when he says, you read the quote, that, we want to, show the American people what this administration is doing to the country. But what he's failing to understand is what the American people are also going to see is what they did to the country. And they're going to calculate that as well. And they will now calculate if it should play out the way everyone suspects. They will calculate, and you stood in the way of divining the truth, in helping us heal, in helping a grieving mother mourn her son, that she has to leave her home. I mean, think about this. This mom has to leave her home to come up to Capitol Hill to ask these people to do the very thing they have been elected to do, and that is to represent and protect and defend this Constitution, this constitutional republic. And here is this mom, on the tail end of a COVID pandemic, having to get in a car and go to Capitol Hill to deal with these folks, to ask these individuals to do the basic right thing. She's not asking them to find a particular outcome. She's not asking them to dictate different terms. She's just asking them, could you please find out why my son died? Could you please find out who was involved in the death of my son? Could you please find out what was involved for all of these officers, men and women, who put their lives on the line that day? And it is unsightly. It is unsightly to have Republicans, in the first instance, just say, no, I won't meet with her. But then to say that, well, I'll meet with her, but I'm still voting against her. Damn, that's a pair that I haven't seen ever in politics.
I don't want to move on from this point, because if there's a stakeholder sort of above all others, I mean, forget about the members who crouched in their offices and now don't care, want to sort of erase the fact that they were scared too. And thank God nothing happened, right? I'm glad that their safety was secured by the Capitol Police. But the Capitol Police weren't safe. And they weren't safe because Donald Trump incited a mob to go disrupt the peaceful transfer of power. And for the first time in our history, we did not have one. And for the life of me, I don't understand why the Capitol Police don't walk out tomorrow, Michael Steele.
I mean, with the slap in the face, you kind of say, well, dude, I had your back. Can you at least have mine for the period that it takes to find out what happened? But they won't, Nicole. At the end of the day, these are men and women who are about service. These are men and women who put their lives out there. I've known Capitol Hill policemen since I grew up in D.C. So I've known and watched these men and women for a long time. And they have gone through highs and lows like the country has. But they've always stood firm. They've never shirked away from their responsibility. And that's what Officer Sicknick's mom was saying. I'm here for the men and women who served on that day. I'm here for my son who lost his life. And all I'm asking is that could you at least hold a hearing, hold a damn hearing It is just so America, if y'all don't do anything else from this moment forward, pay attention to what's happening now. And as you look at the economy and as you weigh everything else, weigh the soul of these individuals who say no to a mom, who all she wants to know is, could you tell me why my son died?